is having a certificate. But if you're widely read, knowledgeable enough, I call you an intellectual. So what she's going to do, I think she's going to, she's bringing in, she's chipping in her grain of sun or her drop of water in this ocean, which is development. And all of us, we have to work for the development of society. And that is when we pray that our Father will say, thy kingdom come. This is part of God's kingdom coming, that ignorance is being wiped out from the society. And this way, I think it is a positive point. It's a positive point in the development process of our town, Kumbu, and village Kikai, and I hope everyone will benefit from it.
SAMS stands for St. Aloysius Minor Seminary. It is found in a village called Kiteum. The rector of that school is Father Zephrinus Yembo. He spoke about the library and Ngamsha Vicky.
Madame Victorine Ngamsha is a Cameroonian, precisely from the Diocese of Kumbo, based in the United Kingdom. I know in the meantime she has also become an English person. I know her from way back in 1991 when I was on pastoral year working with the youth of the Diocese of Kumbo, and she was a very active youth at the time, attending the girls' vocational school in Shisong. She used to be one of the leaders of YCS, together with her husband now, Deacon Marcel Ngamsha. How they came together is another story altogether, and it's indeed providential. After all her studies, from primary school to St. Francis in Shisong, and to the convent, and then to the teacher training college in Tatum as an aspirant for the Sisters of Christ. And then she left the convent and ended up marrying Marcel, and after which she followed different studies, from serving as a nurse to studying all kinds of things in the University of Wolverhampton. She has come out as a kind of star, especially in the area of motivational talks. And the idea she has is, from her own life experience, from a humble and a poor background, not so much of a rich background now, but to a level where she's able to help herself. She wants to encourage other young people to realize that they can work hard enough to use what they have, use their environment, and positively get to have what they cannot have, what they do not have now. And sometime in, I don't remember what month it was, but a few months ago, we met online, and she said, I am coming to Cameroon in August, and I would like to visit St. Aloysius Minor Seminary. And I said, you're most welcome. And immediately we agreed on a date, and I think that date is the 2nd of September. When she comes, she wants to address the students and maybe present a package of what she has, something very symbolic, to let them understand that you can work to help yourself. You must not wait for somebody else to do it for you. And here at St. Aloysius Minor Seminary, we do have a lot of needs. We do have a lot of needs. And I think we also have the potential to realize even what we need. I begin from the classroom. In the classrooms, there's a lot that has been provided. The space, classroom space, the lockers that are in there, and which need to be taken care of. Sometimes the students themselves, they need an external voice to say, look, this is how you take care. This is how you do it. And we have a number of poor students here, some of whom do not even have the books that they need. Talk less of the fees. When somebody like Victorine comes in, I am sure she is going to open the minds of the students to see a lot more that is at their disposal. This year, we are already in our 21st year. We've begun the 21st year of existence here at SAMS. And if you look around, you will see that the buildings, practically all the buildings, need a renovation. That is something we can't just wake up one morning and do. We need to program it and to work towards it. It's something that definitely needs external assistance. But if we go down to something like the farm, I know some parents would say, we didn't send our children to you in order that you transform them into farmers. But farming is part of our livelihood. If we do not farm, we will not be able to survive. And if there were no farmers, those guys who work in offices, what would they go to buy from the food market? There will be nothing to buy from the food market. There will be no food market anyway, because there are no farmers. And so, in order to teach the seminarians how to survive even later when they become priests, it's important to bend down, dirty your hands, and see what you can get out of the soil that you've received free of charge. And of course, when Victorine comes here, she is coming to a seminary. She's not coming to an ordinary school. She would definitely have in mind the fact that the young men who are here have one target, and that is to become priests. Not all of them may become priests at the end of the day. We thank God all the same. But when she is talking, she will talk with the priesthood in view, in order that the seminarians may not think she is coming to show them different avenues out in the world. I happened to have met her online yesterday, and she told me she was going to a meeting. In fact, she had to give a talk in a meeting at which Roger Miller was present in Wolverhampton. He had been invited by the University of Wolverhampton and the football team of Wolverhampton. I'm sure Roger Miller, having been a football star, would have a lot to offer to them in that regard. And it is people like Roger Miller, Samuel Etophis, and if you come to the area of the priesthood, we have a lot of priests, especially from this diocese, who have been very exemplary. And those are the examples that we need to quote, especially when we talk to seminarians. And here I would like to think of Archbishop Paul Vetzikov of blessed memory, Cardinal Tumi, who is still alive and who comes around fairly often, even though I have never really succeeded to get him to come to the seminary, because he says he doesn't want to come to seminary, otherwise he gets the impression he is back in the seminary for training and things like that. But as bishop, he wants to send others to seminary so that they can take care of the young people who are there. Those are exemplary priests we have had from here, and we even have some who are living and working with us. Those are examples that we need to quote, even to our seminarians, so that they know what they are opting for is something the world cherishes. There may be challenges as far as the priesthood is concerned, and there are many of them, as even in our local church here, there are many of them. But that should not frighten the seminarians, because if you are a hard-working seminarian today, you will be a hard-working priest tomorrow. If you are a lazy seminarian and you happen to make it, you will be a lazy priest tomorrow. That is, those are the circumstances in which we would like to look at Vicky's visit to the seminary. And we would really like her to encourage the boys to be open-minded and to see how they can help themselves, even in the background that they themselves see to be poor.
Is Ngamsha Vicky going to be the very first person to pay a visit to your institution, Sams, or there has been other people who have been visiting your school?
Definitely, we've had lots of other people coming to visit. Some who are friends, some who are just passers-by, and they take a lot of interest in what is happening here in the seminary. The environment itself is very attractive. One of the last people who came visiting here suggested that this campus should actually be made available for lay people to come here for their retreats, especially during holidays. That is somebody who sees the place and it's wonderful, and she would like not just to enjoy it alone, but along with other lay people who can come here and have a quiet time. Mind you, I am not saying the seminary will be a retreat center. No, I'm not saying that, and it's not up to me to say it. That is something which, if it were to happen, the Bishop of Kumbo would definitely have to say yes or no to it. And we've had many other visitors who have come and even addressed the students, like the PTA chairman of St. Aloysius Minor Seminary. He was here and he actually talked to the students. He went around and he encouraged them. He even promised those of them who work hard enough that at the end of the year they will have prizes from the PTA. That is, if they work hard enough. If they don't work, they will not get. And he is a very serious person. He has 2 students here, and his 2 students, they have an unbeatable record here. They are always first in their respective classes. And he himself is a man of his word. So I'm very certain that when he says he will give something to those who do well, he means just that.
Father, just to know from you if your school is open to visitors from within and without.
First of all, it's a seminary. And to say it is open to just anybody, that will be far from the point. As rector, I will be able to judge who will make a contribution towards the lives of the students, who will encourage the students. Such people may be able to see the students and talk to them. But those who cannot make that contribution, either because I judge them not worthy or because they do not have the time to do it, they can visit the seminary as a compound, see what is happening around, but they have no interaction as such with the students.
Father, are you also aware of the fact that she has in mind to open a public library in Kikaikalaki?
That is one of the things you mentioned to me yesterday, and I think that is a wonderful idea because it's going to encourage the people in Kikai, especially the young people, to read, to get to know what is happening around the world, and to open their minds to greater things.
The students of St. Aloysius Minor Seminary, Kitiu, were equally available to talk to us about Ngamsha Vicky's visit.
My name is John Yu Ankambom Kwang, a student of Upper Seats, offering A4. As we have already heard from my rector, we are expecting a visitor in the name of Mrs. Victorine Ngamsha. To us, it's really an encouragement, especially for the young ones. At least we are happy that somebody is coming and somebody has the care for us. She's coming to improve on the life of the seminary, and to us it's really good because seeing people showing the care and the love for us, it gives us the encouragement that what we are doing, it is seen, and to us we are really happy, and we